Hi guys, it's Paris. This is your new moon reading. This is going to be a quick one. I'm on hour 49 of a 48-hour fast, and I really want to eat, but I also wanted to get this reading um, in case you haven't started your rituals yet. It did peak at 2:52 EST, so I just finished a new moon meditation, and I just want to get in a quick reading for you guys. Collective thing need to know in here right now. What does collective need to know in here for this new moon? I'm hearing make sure that you do rituals for this new moon, whether that's meditation, specifically visualization meditation. Write down your desires on a sheet of paper. With manifestation, it's not about fixation. So do not spend too much time fixating on what you've already manifested. You have to release it and trust that it's going to come into your existence in divine timing. And divine timing is the hardest part sometimes, because it's not about when you want it to come in or the way that you want it to come in. It's about allowing it to come in the way that it's supposed to come in and in the time that it's supposed to come in. Spirit, what does collective need to know and hear for this new moon? Four of Pentacles. Focus on your foundation, specifically around money. Get really specific with the numbers that you would like to see this year as far as your income, as far as your monthly income. And if it's hard for you to think on, like, I'm not saying like, say I want $1 million this year if you're currently bringing in like 30, 40,000. Think first of like a number that is more digestible for you. So that could be 80,000, that could be 100,000. Now that's not to say that you can't eventually get up to $1 million, but it's hard to think that big sometimes if you're not in your current reality very close to that number. Also get spirit very specific in the ways that you would like that to be brought in. Would you like it to be brought in through creative endeavors? Would you like it to be brought in through your current job? If you really enjoy your current job, would you like it to be brought in as in a windfall sort of way, as a blessing that is given to you? How would you like this money to come into your reality? King of Swords. Be very clear with yourself on what needs to be, or who specifically needs to be removed from your life in order for this to come in. There could be people around you that are just in a different sort of vibration, and this isn't to shame anyone, this isn't to look down on other people, but if you're constantly engaging with people that engage with negativity, or when you're around them, or when you are around them, you feel the need to engage in behaviors that do not align with this highest version of yourself. Maybe they drink and you're trying to stop drinking, but when you're around them, it's very hard to stand firm in that. Who is it around you that is stopping you, or you're allowing to stop you? Let's not give them that much power to interfere in these new blessings, in this new chapter that you're looking to walk into. Ace of Swords. Ask Spirit specifically to help you unblock that throat chakra. A little tripping over my words there. Ask Spirit to help you be fearless in the way that you communicate. There may be something around communication that you need to work on. You may be afraid sometimes to speak up for yourself, to speak up for what's right. And you could be a person that is you have very strong opinions on what's right, but when it comes time to speak up on that and apply it in your real life, you can get choked up. You can kind of have a little resistance. You can be afraid of speaking up. There could have been a point in time in your life in which speaking up was not safe to do, but it's important for this path that you're on that you are able to express radical honesty about your needs, radical honesty about your wants, your desires. Be okay. Be in that energy of, if you're in a restaurant and they bring out your food and the order is wrong, I feel like sometimes you might out of a fear of speaking up for yourself, just sit there and take whatever is given to you. It's important that even in those scenarios, because you're telling the universe how you feel you deserve to be treated, that I'll take whatever I can get. And that's why even with this financial abundance, do not operate from this space of taking whatever you can get. Ask for exactly what you want and expect that and nothing less. What does collective need to hear? What does collective need to know? Page of Cups. Ask for a removal of blocks around your heart chakra. You could be feeling emotionally blocked. Ask for... Sorry, I just got a text message and threw me off a little bit. Ask for emotional fulfillment. So with these people that are moving out, there may be new people moving in. And ask for an openness to your energetic field to accept these new energies. Sometimes we can get a little jaded and we can get into these words like everyone is this or everyone is that or everyone is going to betray me or everyone is going to, use me. And that's not really conducive to also asking for these new sort of vibrations and energies to come in, because it's going to put you in this energy of my hair. Good God. Or it's going to put you in this energy of expecting people to treat you the same way, and a lot of the times we'll continue to attract people into our lives that validate those underlying beliefs. So let's work on that heart chakra as well. So you've got communication, being very clear about what you want, and working on that heart chakra to open yourself up to new love, to new experiences, to new people, because it's all connected, right? I'm hearing also open up to the love that you have for yourself. Don't give yourself a compliment and then go and say, but I could do better in this way, or but I could do better in that way. Just allow yourself to have a compliment. Allow yourself to feel good without saying growth. There's nothing wrong with growth, but when your motivation with growth is that on some level you still end up feeling like you're not enough. Like, I'll give you a prime example. I was at the lowest weight that I've been, and honestly the best shape that I had ever been in my entire life, back in like July of last year. And when I took pictures, it was like I still felt like I was overweight. And there's something about not accepting yourself in your current state, that it does not matter when you get to the point that you think is going to make you feel that way. You're likely to get to that point and still not feel worthy enough. So there's something about loving and accepting yourself, unblocking your heart chakra through the form of your own self-love, that is very significant right now for this new moon. It's important for you to start a new chapter with yourself. What does collective need to hear right now, Spirit? I'm hearing ask and receive. And this is the Seven of Cups. So that 7 energy, that lucky energy. And again, this asking and not waiting, not trying to control. Well, I mean waiting in the sense of like, of trying to do anything while you're in that period of waiting. I mean truly being still and being and not doing in this, which I've been hearing a lot. We're not human doings, we're human beings. Really allowing yourself to be in this state of waiting and knowing that your blessing is coming without fixating on it so much. Last card. 4 of Pentacles. If you want love, say that. If you want love, say that. If you want a partner, be very clear on what you want in this partner. Jim Carrey did a practice where he wrote $1 million check in his wallet and essentially attracted a deal that was $1 million. I want you to do this method with the partner that you want. I want you to write down exactly what you want in a partner. Focus more on the inside, internal versus physical. Like I said, don't give yourself limitations, but ask yourself why exactly, as far as like physicality, is that something that's very important to you. But I really want you to focus on what's inside. What traits would you like them to have? What would you like them to be able to provide for you? What sort of lifestyle would you like to have with them? What would your relationship look like? And then I want you to focus on the type of person that you feel you would like to show up as in that relationship. How much would you like to give? How much would you like to receive? What would that look like for you without taking on any sort of outside limitations in which you feel like that could look like? Be very clear, be very honest, and do not judge yourself during this new moon when you're writing down these new things that you want as you walk into this new chapter of your life that is very much yours. It's just up to you not to be in your own way in this time. For you not to put limitations on yourself for how much you can receive, or what you can receive, or what it's going to look like when you receive it. I'm going to pull 2 oracle cards. Spirit, tell me what collective needs to know. What does collective need to hear for this new moon today? Thank you, Spirit. What does collective need to know? What does collective need to hear for this new moon today? Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. I know when you're waiting, it's like exhausting. I'm trying to let it focus for you. I know when you're waiting, it can be like a very exhausting feeling. You can feel like you've been waiting forever, but the bigger the blessing, and I heard this earlier today for myself, the bigger the blessing, the longer the waiting period, right? It's a buildup of this energy. And it's also a preparation time. Embrace the preparation. Embrace kind of refining your own energy so that when this comes in, you can really, truly, you don't have to look for the feelings of worthiness. You'll know, I'm worthy of this. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within. Find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Be the person that you want to be when this blessing comes in. Live in the vibration of that person. Live in the vibration of him or her. You know, how would they react to the situations that are difficult? How would they react to life stressors? Sorry, I got my Invisalign in and it's kind of messing up my speaking, but I also again feel like this is about that throat chakra block and you asking for exactly what you want, for you speaking also to yourself in the way that you would speak to one of your dearest loved ones. Last card, sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. Yeah. You could be waiting for Spirit to remove some people from your life. Spirit is not going to do it. And that's because it's a level of importance for you to do it. It's about you choosing yourself. You may have experienced not being chosen so many times in your life that it's told you subconsciously that there's something wrong with you, that you don't deserve to be chosen. Spirit is not going to remove these people from your life. You have to do it yourself. You have to decide, I deserve better. I'm a good person. I deserve to be treated well. I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking the wrong people. That's it for this message. I send you guys off with all of the love in the world. Enjoy all of these blessings that are coming to you because you definitely deserve it. Thank you so much for your precious time and energy and choosing to spend it here with me today. I pray blessings over your life for this new moon that is coming in and this new life that is coming in. And I wish you all the best. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you feel led to. No pressure. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.